Hi, I'm Tom Prescott, and this is the first video in my series called My Weight Loss and Getting Back in Shape Journey. I'd like to welcome you, and maybe you'd like to walk through this with me. I'm glad for one thing. I just came off about a 5-month journey of insanity, getting into internet marketing, wherein I spent a lot of money on the premise that I was going to make a lot of money. Well, that didn't happen. I spent a lot of money, and that's the end. It was like a 5-month obsession. It was not good for me, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically. I was working late into the night. I am retired, Army. Retired Army Reserve. We'll get into my military career later. I'll sprinkle in little things about myself here and there. But I need to remember that the real message is, how have I lost weight so far? And how have I come along with my journey of getting back in shape? Because I can go in a million directions, and I'm long-winded. The fancy term being verbose. So it really took a lot out of me. I know what to do when I get back into this stuff. I know how to make money now, but I will not share any of that with you until I do get back into it and I do make money. And that's going to be a while. At least a month. And I am not going to get obsessed with this shit. There's simple, stupid little programs you can get into that actually make money. But they fizzle out quick. And if I'm a good leader, I'll tell people when to jump to the next stupid little simple program. All these sophisticated, high-ticket programs, that's where you spend a lot of time and a lot of money. Insanity, insanity, insanity. So, my first attempt at a introductory video was 90 minutes long, and I did a lot of videos for my business stuff, and I'm really glad that I was not able to record that, in just 30 to 40 days that I was not using my camera, my video camera. I've got a Logitech C920 and a Logitech C922. They're the two industry leaders. Not that expensive anyway. I realized that when I just switched the camera, you know, the timer was going and everything, but there was no software recording the timing. And it kind of like was like, oh my God, I did all that and I wasn't even recording. What's wrong with me? I mean, I just spent 5 months on this stuff. And then I realized, well, what recording software were you using? And I could not, for the life of me, could not remember. It had only been 30 to 40 days since I switched, since I shut off and shut down all my stuff that had to do with business stuff. You know, these other services that I was using to promote my business, like $50 a month here, $20 a month here, $35 a month there. I shut it all down and cut my losses. But I could not remember how to record. I couldn't remember I'm 63. I mean, good Lord. It was awful. How did I finally remember? So crazy. So crazy. Now, I know I'm not talking about weight loss yet and fitness, so I'm sorry. But I am keeping in mind the fact that years ago I heard that the average adult attention span is 20 minutes. And about maybe 10 years ago, a reservist who was a minister, and it didn't have to be a minister, anybody who was into public speaking could have told me this, that the average adult attention span is 12 minutes. So who would have sat and watched a 90-minute video? I knew better than that. I did a lot of YouTube videos for my business. I was constantly cutting down the time. All the time I was doing it, you know. So, you know, I've actually got my Google Pixel thing here on a stopwatch. Okay, one more thing that has nothing to do with anything really, but it's so nice I don't have to wear these, the microphone and stuff. The Logitech has its own microphone. I'm glad I'm not wearing those. Okay, why don't we bring down this camera, make this a little more personal. Boom, 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 boom. See, I had it on. I got a couple of 32-inch screens here for this computer. But this is my laptop. Okay, if I keep seeing this shine on my eyes, I'm going to just take my glasses off because I don't really need the glasses unless I'm reading. Better. A little fuzzy, but okay. Let's settle down and stay on point. The only good thing... Oh, why was I trying to make the money? I'm 63, and I retired at the age of 60. My wife's still working full time, so that makes me feel guilty. So I did work a couple part-time jobs, but that's not going to retire her. So then I tried internet marketing and it actually did quite a bit of research, and I had 2 mentors that had would do what they call webinars, you know, kind of like support group meetings, you know, with something called Zoom, which is like Skype, but Zoom is easier for multiple people. You've got your host, and you got maybe up to 15 people, 10 people, and they would do them, one of them does them twice a week, and I only paid $300 a whole year for that guy. Young man from Canada, who was, after just 4 months, was making $8,000 a month. Probably making a lot more than that now. And in the program that I ended up choosing, my sponsor in that program had a webinar every week. But that doesn't mean I made money. Okay. Let me see. I decided to go ahead. Well, okay. I know what happened. We have the school reunion coming up. I only found out about it, I believe, was September 30th. And back up just one moment. Bear with me, guys, okay? I can make this worth your while. If you really want to lose weight and you want to get back in shape, we can do this. I'm telling you, we can do this. You can do this. You really can. You're gonna do it. I decided to do this intro video tonight just after getting home from my Thursday night men's group at church. And by the way, my church membership fell off a lot during this 5-month period. I said it hurt me spiritually. It did. So I enjoyed it. I got home. The reason I decided to do my first video is I realized it was still early. That's another thing. I'm trying to get to bed at a reasonable time. And because when I was into this business stuff, internet marketing stuff, I would stay up 3, 4 a.m. But then I'd just sleep real late. So, it was doing me no good. But I got home, realized there was plenty of time left in the evening, and it was only earlier today that I finally figured out what I had been using all along for recording software. And I just can't believe it. It was the stuff I was using, for my business stuff, my business videos, my YouTube videos for business. It's called Screencast-O-Matic. Can't believe it. And that happened because I'm going to go to my high school 45th reunion. And I feel good about it because, number one, I decided to go. Because I was able to sharpen up my Army dress uniform, and fit into it, even though I've been retired for 3 years. Because the one good thing that came out of these 5 months of insanity was I lost 40 pounds. Okay? What happened was, it was actually before I got really into this crazy stuff, this internet marketing stuff. I started to notice that people in the church were losing weight. A lot of overweight people in the church were losing weight. Well, at least several, okay? And I mean, you couldn't help but notice it, And it's like, something's going on here. And at that time, I was, since I started going to that church like 5.5 years ago, like about 2 to 3 years ago, we had my pastor and his wife finally got to the point where they were able to take on an associate pastor and his wife. And the associate pastor and his wife, well, I hit it off with the pastor and his wife real well anyway. Wonderful people. The associate pastor had more time on his hands to get to know people, So I ended up doing some counseling with him. And I asked him in one counseling session, I said, Pastor Bob, you must know what's going on here, because I see quite a few people losing weight. I mean, kind of dramatic, And so he told me what it was about. It was actually himself, he and his wife, Lori, L-O-R-E, Pastor Bob and Pastor Lori, had lost a lot of weight. And apparently, I did see a picture of her that's finally dead, just only recently, months and months later, of how she said she looked through her 20s, 30s, and 40s, and the poor thing was plump. I said, my God, I thought she always looked like she looks now. She looks great. I thought she always looked great. And Pastor Bob is a tall guy, and he's thin. And you just look at the guy and you just say, this guy must have always looked like that. I mean, you just think he always looked like that. He's tall and thin. I mean, not emaciated, a healthy thin, not a stick figure. And he said he lost 60 pounds. And I don't know how many pounds she lost, but it was plenty, I'm sure. Could have been 40, 50. And they both look great. And they are distributors. And their product line is Optavia. And I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm not a distributor. I intend on making no money by recommending it, nor am I saying that it's the only way to go. I'm sure you can have the same success with Weight Watchers. Something inexpensive like Weight Watchers, okay? So don't worry, there is no money in this for me, okay? None. None. Pastor Lori said if I refer people to me, she can give me, I don't know, a discount on this or that. And I said I won't take it. Why? Because she is an incredible coach. Incredible coach. In 5 months, I lost 40 pounds. And that's with a lot of cheating, and getting back on the wagon. Falling off the wagon, getting on the wagon. Still, in 5 months, I lost 40 pounds. I think we're getting close to 20 minutes. So, in order to keep from conflict of interest, they do not push their distributorship. They don't do sales. They don't do sales. They don't have meetings in their home or at a hotel room, you know. They don't do meetings. They don't promote. They don't advertise. Because it would be conflict of interest to be a pastor and his wife and to, you know, have flyers up or something about Optavia. Optavia's pricey. Okay? You don't need Optavia. I'm sure you could do it with Weight Watchers. In fact, my wife and I at one point, years and years ago, I lost 25 pounds and she lost something like 43. But that's because she did all the research. I'm lazy. With some things, I'm lazy. I won't research them. I just want people to do it for me. That certainly didn't happen with the internet marketing. I did an awful lot of work, even though I had 2 mentors to ask questions, and I asked them plenty. So, I'll tell you a little more about Optavia, what I'm doing now, because Optavia is not designed to keep you on Optavia forever. Optavia is designed to get you to where you want to be, and then you are entitled to stay with your coach forever. And you're supposed to be able to switch to using ordinary supermarket items to maintain your goal weight. Okay? Because those few months that you use to lose weight is expensive. I'll tell you more about it. It's getting, I don't know, I think we're over 20 minutes here. And you're probably getting tired of my delivery. Sorry. Just gotta relax and stay on point. But out of that 5 months of insanity, that one good thing happened. I lost 40 pounds. Unfortunately, a friend I went to Desert Storm with, I did Desert Storm in Somalia. That's when I was in the active army, not the reserves. Passed away. And it was almost like to honor him. I said, show up in your uniform. Nobody else is going to. Because all of these guys that you went with, they were younger than me. And none of them ended up making the Army a career. So I was the only one to show up in a uniform. They could have, but, they probably didn't. I don't think any of them even had their uniforms still. Or if they did, they were in, terrible shape. The uniforms, not them. But yeah, I was able to fit in the old uniform, and because I had to also have it in shape as a reservist. Once a year, that was all we wore. But I was able to fit in it and wear it to my friend's funeral, and it made me feel good. And I did spend some money sprucing it up and make sure it was within the regulations and stuff. And when I decided to go to this 45th year reunion, I knew I needed a drop. I had gained back 10 pounds. But I didn't just want to lose weight. I wanted to get back in shape because those 5 months of internet marketing just took such a toll on my body. I didn't just want to lose weight. I wanted to get in shape and feel better. So there was one Optavia product, okay, that I went back to for maintenance. And I had been telling myself for the 3 years that I've now been retired, where I was paying a gym membership every month, $25, and only use them once in a blue moon to get a little tan on my face, a little bit of color on my face, which you can't tell here because when you're doing videos, you're shooting videos, everything's about lighting. They want you light up, even more so than I am right now, even more than this shine on my chrome dome. Theoretically, you're not supposed to even have these shadows on your face, but you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost if you do it the way they tell you to. Anyway, I think I look pale enough. I actually have a medium tan right now. Okay, guys. get into video number 2, I'll tell you what I'm doing now, how I've lost, and just why I didn't think I would lose the 10 pounds in 19 days is all it took. I've almost lost 10 pounds in just 19 days. And we're not talking starvation. Okay. And I still have quite a few days to play with until the reunion on Saturday the 4th of November. Today's the 19th of October. All right. So I'll leave you with these 2 thoughts. If you're trying to both, okay, you lose weight faster if you get into what they call fat burn, okay? And you just exercise a little bit, you know, like easy pace on the treadmill or elliptical for like 15 minutes, you know. We're not talking about working up a big sweat and having your heart rate at way high target level. Just moving your body around a little bit. Then you can get into what's called fat burn. But we're not talking intense physical workout. So if you just want to lose weight, that's the main thing, then we'll talk about how to do that. Okay? I'll shoot another video right after this to get us started. And then we're going to talk about what I did in the last 19 days, which is intense workout, but also losing those 10 extra pounds. Okay? And I hope I'm not such a scatterbrain that you won't look at my next video. I'll leave you with 2 things. If you get hungry, you will fail. You cannot afford to get hungry when you're dieting. As much as everyone hates that word dieting now, it's not politically correct. Because dieting makes most people think of failure. If you are trying to lose weight, you will stop losing weight if you get hungry. Okay? Second thing, no matter who you go with, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, that's pricey. Optavia, that's pricey. I mostly did Optavia because I didn't care about the price. I cared about the coach, Pastor Lori. I cared about her. She was an incredible coach. Incredible. Would not have done it without her. No way. No way. Was glad to pay the money. Glad. Just like my personal trainer. They're not cheap. I didn't care. I'm glad to pay her the money. Glad to. Worth every penny. So, you can't afford to get hungry, or you'll give up. 2, you have to drink a lot of water. You have to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. In other words, I'm finally back at my goal weight, 200 pounds. Okay? Divide that in half, what do you get? 100. Instead of pounds, switch to ounces. 100 ounces of water I have to drink every day. That's a lot. So, you can't get hungry or you will fail. Drink half of your weight. Well, take your weight, divide it by 2. Instead of pounds, switch it to ounces. That's how much water you need to drink. Once again, I weigh 200. Divided by 2 is 100. Instead of pounds, just put in ounces. So I weigh 200 pounds, therefore I drink 100 ounces of water per day. Okay? And we'll get into the whole thing about fat burn, all that. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Stick with me, believe me, I'll make it worth your while. But really what I'm supposed to be doing is, just honestly sharing with you about my weight loss journey. Not trying to make a sale.